Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a quick video, very quick video. Is Love and Deepspace related? And it has to relate to Silas's and Zayne's story. From the main story, there was an event that came along with their new main story update for Love and Deepspace for Sylus and Zayne, and there was a little event story that I did not read, but I did save and pre-record it. I know you guys are wondering how I pre-record something I didn't read, because you know those events jump you into the story and you have to read through it. Well, I did quickly re-record it without reading the stuff and looking through. So I paced myself with trying to record it the best way I can and read through it. So I have it saved because I knew I wasn't gonna have time to get to it, and but I wanted to get the rewards from the event. So yeah, but I did want to read the story afterwards. So anyways, here we are. I know it's a little bit long overdue. And also, if you guys did or did not know, I did read the main story, all 4 chapters. It's on my channel, so do check it out if you would like to. This shouldn't take long. Hopefully, if I don't make a long intro, but this shouldn't take long. I think it's like 16 minutes or so, 15 actually. So we're gonna get into it. All right, sealed memories slowly unfold. Now is the time to embark on the secret journey with the Timelock key, to unveil his past hidden within the crevices of space and time. Okay, so this was the event, the Timelock key event for Sylus and Zayne. So it says for Zayne, for Sylus, it's called Sylus Shadow Past Sealed Realm, and then for Zayne it says Fates Entwined Veil Mysteries. I already have those rewards at the bottom, the jackets and all that, chocolates and gems and stuff from this event, but I didn't read their story, so this is what I'm at. All right, so I think we start off with Zayne. And there will be some pausing because again, I did not, I did record this. So it says, Memory Deepspace. Some invoke technology to draft new blueprints for life, while others use morality as their measure to safeguard the boundaries of human ethics. Similar to a butterfly fluttering its wings, myriad small decisions intertwine amid swirling snowflakes, quietly altering the trajectory of the world. There we go. Okay. Soft snow drapes over all, veiling countless secrets, yet it fails to cloak the lingering nightmare that endures. Okay, so this is Zayne awakening, and it looks like this creature with claws is interacting with him. All right. Must be something from his myth, or some part of the story for Zayne. All right, excuse me, or the tender moments or so. Okay, sunlight intertwines with shadows falling from above. Everything seems to sway between reality and oblivion. The scene before him collapsed into a vortex deep within his gaze as gods look down upon the mortal world. Gods. So is there more than one god? Is there more gods besides Astra? I wonder if MC is a god. see. Upon weaving the first connection with that youth, icy thorns pierce his palm. So it looks like that was Zayne, and for outwards must have been MC. I remember in his bond, or like within maybe the main story or so, or like in his anecdotes, Zayne mentioned, there was mentioning about Zayne hurting MC, and I think it was a little bit in the main story update. Oh yeah, that Zayne accidentally, like his evolve went out of whack and it harmed MC, and she would end up in the hospital and such. So I'm wondering if this is part of, like, they're going in depth on what happened here. The girl's figure shatters and blood crystallizes into amber, because I believe in the main story update for Zayne, Death and Rebirth, Zayne did accidentally hurt MC again, but it wasn't as drastic as when they were younger. Okay, like raging waves finally breaking through fragile ice. Ever since then, all his dreams were enshrouded in darkness. Each dawn was judgment upon him. Okay. Right? That must be him and MC evading. Ooh. Twilight washed away her chaotic memories, and her old wounds sank into an abyss untouched by light and shadow. Yet in his heart, an impenetrable fog remains. He can neither see anything past it nor find a way to leave. So that's them almost holding hand. Their fingertips almost touch, yet they stay suspended. So you got to keep that distance, that boundary. They're ultimately unable to cross the invisible boundary. That's what I was just saying. Using his own hands, he tears open a wound, one with a newly formed scab. Ouch. Until he finds redemption, he shall willingly imprison himself within this pain. Like a traveler with a lamp, he cannot let the faint light die out before he escaped the darkness. Oh, this is when they went to see the seals parting. I think that's what it says. Not sure. Ripples of light dance across clear waters as a graceful figure moves between them. They are like fireflies slowly drifting through a dark expanse. She immersed herself completely and greedily savors the first bright, beautiful season she's experienced in years. Yet the path beneath his feet will inevitably stretch toward more distant horizons. Too many unknowns are waiting. They're waiting for him to tread into their... Wait, hold on. To their... Give me a second here. Their midst. As gentle breezes rise and fall, he can only fold an entire summer into a farewell and offer it as a gift to her. So it must have been like he left MC. Must have been like he had his bit of fun with her, kept his boundary, maybe couldn't hold it, get it together or whatever, and then like left, because there was times where he would leave that he distanced himself from MC just so he doesn't get too close and hurt her again. Although it was merely a moment of warmth. I could be wrong, just my assumption of what I'm reading here and stuff and trying to remember. It remains his only ember and lighthouse as he trudges through the desolate, cold years ahead. I might have said that wrong. All right, let's see. Ooh, destruction. His heart. After hesitating for a moment, he finally casts a stone into the barren well between life and death. Black crystals rapidly climb up the vein of his heart. Ooh, Zayne. I mean, you could see the ice from his arms and like almost his heart, like in the his myth. When Astra punished him and he had the ice, it looked like maybe it was he iced his heart. The location of the ice. Okay, like tendrils lurking into the abyss, they coldly drain away all warmth. Thump, thump, thump. The sound echoes within the crystalline cluster. And this is what I'm saying, like, I don't know. All love interests go through every tragedy and all that stuff with their story, but I feel like, I don't know, for me, I feel like Zayne is suffering the most because it's like all the other guys, they're not affected by their evolve too much. You know what I mean? Whereas it feels like Zayne, like he already has a tragic backstory and being punished by like, you know, Astra and such, and you know, he works hard as a doctor, barely gets sleeps, gets nightmares, and then also he has to deal with his evolve. So I don't know, I feel like for me, I feel the most like, I feel that for all the love interests, don't get me wrong, but I feel the most like, I feel the most for like Zayne, because it's like, you know, he has this evolve that's already also like could go out of whack and stuff, could harm himself, harm someone else, harm MC already, you know, and such. And that's just pure torture. So even in his current timeline, he's still dealing with like some sort of torture and such. Like imagine every day you're dealing with your evolve like that. Whereas the other guys, they don't really have too much difficulty with dealing with their evolve, really. It's just other things they dealing with, or people and situations. Just saying. But so yeah. Oh. And I think in one of his one of the stories, like MC asked him, I think it was a recent memory or banner, where like MC was like, you know, asking him what it would be like, you know, if somebody lost their evolve, and it sounded like Zayne wouldn't mind losing his evolve. You know, it beats growing more violent by the second. He clutches the key to reversing life and death even after seeing such a miracle. Yeah, because it seemed like the other guys, they not love, but they accept the powers that they have. And again, because they don't have to deal with like so much of the backfire, like maybe Xavier maybe using his evolve a little bit, but not as drastically, like I said, as MC. But then again, I mean, excuse me, as Zayne. But like, so I feel like out of the guys, it's like they come to terms with like they're fine with their evolve, you know, they embrace it. Whereas Zayne doesn't want to. You know, he clutches the key to reversing life and death even after seeing such a miracle. Resolve, he closes that door without any regrets. The world around him returns to silence and his faith remains untarnished. Yet the alien darkness has already taken root in his soul. Excuse me. Okay. Wow. I will have the utmost reverence for human life, maintain a sense of duty and dignity, and practice in medicine and adhere to good medical standards. This resounding oath is like an invisible cord. It tightly binds his dreams to his responsibilities. His gaze traverses those long years to this sacred moment. It's like the breaking dawn that illuminates the night. His naive search ended and he became a true guardian of life. The mystery that had troubled him so deeply. What was that mystery? Perhaps it had already begun to silently sketch the outline of truth. This must be the fractal library revelation. Must be the fractal library. Pages flutter in the air, the future and the past intertwine. Like a serene yet magnificent chant from the dawn of creation. Each page records stories forgotten by time. Is it his stories? They finally find their place in perpetual cycle, Image dance before his eyes, blood surges his chest. It's as if a rift in the universe opened for just a second. He sees himself walking across the torrent of time. Divine whispers pierce through eternal silence, and this indispensable guardian finally touches the unspoken covenant. So maybe he went to this fractal library one time and that was it. And then later on in the main story, he found the boy that was looking for, the boy that was finding him in the library, and then told him whatever. And then he was like, I'm going to think about what I want to do. All right, now we're going into... Okay, so now we're going into Sylus's story. Okay. On paths long traveled, the lingering footsteps are buried within the folds of the wind, quietly entering a deep slumber. This must be still, this is Sylus. The withered tail persists, weaving intricate patterns through the silent voids, their final curtain never falling. Excuse me. Oh, this was still Zayne. Excuse me. Yeah. Now we're going into Sylus. Okay, this is Sylus. The reborn prosperity soothes the old dreams, and yesterday at the boundary between light and shadow, Fate's spindle is weaving a brand new emblem. Above the realm of chaos, the Deepspace tunnel lies like an inverted pocket, silently devouring both past and future within its depths. Deep in the black box of memory, the secret hidden in plain sight is quietly unveiled. The beginning of all events in Lincoln City traces back to the fateful year of 2034. Let's go. Observation. This looks like the main story for Sylus, where MC for Sylus, when he first was introduced, when MC first met him and he saved her from the guy after going through the nest and such. I wonder if that is the same like building, but it was like destroyed, because this was in 2034, right? So it must have looked like this, and then it was destroyed. And this looks like, I don't know, probably a familiar building. Again, follow the main story. So anyways, ruins groan in the wind and screams tear through the silence. A long journey reaches a new destination. He arrives at the most inopportune moment. Buildings collapse and order crumbles, yet this brings him a newfound pleasure. Oh, this kind of reminds me of when also MC in the main story saw an eye. I wonder if that was Sylus's and not Caleb's, right? Interesting. His words sink into the dust as his figure vanishes into the darkness. And eternity, new beginnings. I can't awaits him. There we go. Couldn't see that well. All right, release. Is that MC? Wow, was he watching her or like found her in the laboratory? Silence replaced fury, which unfolds into an eerily calm reunion. The once unruly enemy from his memories now has clipped wings. With all vulnerabilities exposed, she curled up before him. Clipped wings. Does that mean because in the myth MC was supposed to be the dragon, now she's not? I don't know. Because she's passed and reincarnated as well too? I don't know. This slaughter had been rehearsed countless times. He raised his arm with great precision. Slaughter. That means maybe MC was killed and reborn, reincarnated many times. And you seen that? Maybe? Bang. Once the defeating sound fades, he retreats and goes back the way he came. Behind him, the pod imprisoning the girl slowly opens to offer an escape route. Oh, so just like in the main story, like Dimitri was trying to put MC, like locked her up like almost the same time, the same way, and like this time line or this time or so, Sylus seen this and then he got her out that time. The past remains unsubtle as the curtain quietly rises on a new entanglement. Right? Must be. Yeah. Memories. The crowd erupts into revelry and celebrates the arrival of another death. He gazes at the battlefield where slaughter is about to unfold. Is that when he was younger? This looks like a child. Fragments that should have been forgotten suddenly surfaces in the gladiatorial cage. They stood face to face. Their vows resonate with sincerity. That's why he was saying, I'm not gonna be playing gladiator games or something like that. He said, we'll escape the place together. Okay, so instead of fighting each other, him and MC, they must have left. Yes, we will. So he told MC, enough is enough. We're gonna escape. And they escape together, must be. But fate always works against humanity. It witnessed their desperate pursuit of light while stimulously pushing them deeper into the darkness. Okay. Sovereign. There we go. I wonder who he's arguing with. And it doesn't look like he's gonna fight them off. He just like taking it. I wonder who it was that. And it looks like the person over him, maybe somebody over him, or like, I don't know. Either somebody who's over him or someone that Sylus respect, because it looks like he's not gonna kill the person. Like he's just taking whatever anger from them. I don't know. I'm just reading too into it. Sharp edges lurk beneath crimson eyes. They silently corrode everything. There we go. Amused, he watches as humanity rises and falls. They race one another to plunge into the abyss of desire. But he likes a fiend strolling leisurely through purgatory. Under the cover of darkness, he slowly approaches a throne. A crown woven from schemes and ambition gently falls next to his feet. Okay. Sylus fought his way to get to where he at, pretty much. Cultivation. To become on kindness, I guess. Tilling soils, adding fertilization, maraining, watering. He holds his breath, and a rare instance of anticipation flickers in his eyes. But barren land cannot harbor hope, and a cursed soul is destined to never solve life's riddle. In an instant, withered flowers cover the ground again. They're surrounded by a deathly silence. There we go. They just don't bloom at this time. The whisper dissolves into the wind. MC, farewell. His footsteps startle a flock of birds, and they fly away with a downcast gaze. He withdraws from the bustling city center. Mission accepted. I'm on my way. Oh, that must have been MC. He's been watching her the whole time. I mean, it's not surprising. In the main story, we've been watching her, but like this shows probably even further back he's been watching her as they up into the main story onwards, and still to this day. As they brush past each other, his steps falter involuntarily. So he's been watching her while preparing to meet her again. A cold premonition cuts through his heart as a familiar silhouette disappears in his periphery. It's reminiscent of an absurd prank and a coincidence of fate. Perhaps their reunion is closer than it appears. Sure did become closer. Okay, let's see. Under the same vast starry sky, all past moments remain frozen in time, shining brightly from their corners of the universe. Those stories, their origins, a mystery remain entwined as they... Hold on here. I kind of like skipped through that. Entwine as they rush toward distant horizons, never to end. Okay, there we go. And that is so it tells about their past before meeting MC, or like during the time they were, well, Zayne, it was like probably like he already met MC, but like that happened, so it was like before their past growing together, because they were childhood friends. And then Sylus, they were also childhood, like they grew up as children as well. The thing was, I think for Sylus's, MC was being reincarnated probably from all those experiments. And then like the final time that MC, like he just had enough, the final straw, so like he helped MC escape. And she must have, and yeah, he must have helped MC escape. And then she like just went on with her life. He went on with his, but he still was watching over her while he was preparing to reunite with her again as she got older. Because I'm pretty sure he knew it was going to come a point where she was going to try to discover who she is and such, some way, somehow. It seemed like he wanted her to figure it out on her own, but still watch over her. So when it comes a point in time, he can help guide her to where we are at with the main story now, you know? So that's what I assume. And that's why I think these guys are so persistent on her remembering. But like, they're not trying to force it to her. They're trying to give her little hints and bits and then let her figure it out on her own, and then they could continue to guide her. They're not really trying to shove. They're not really trying to shove too much. It may seem like that, but it doesn't seem like, it may seem like that, but it's not the case that they're trying to shove all the stuff into her. They really want her to unfold the mysteries about herself on her own. And when she seems interested, then they will reveal more. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it's very interesting. And I can't wait for more of the main story update, whether it's Sylus or Zayne, or even the other guys, Caleb, Raphael, and Xavier. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about, like, what's your thoughts down below and such and everything. And I hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned for more Love in Deepspace or videos in general. If you enjoy, of course, subscribe, like, share, all that jazz. And if you haven't, again, do check out my main story reactions to Death and Rebirth. All 4 chapters are out. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.